Most people aren't stuck because they don't care about their situation, but most people are stuck just because they overthink. You have too much on your plate, too much on your schedule, too much on your planner. You trying to go this way, or you trying to decide to do this, or you trying to decide to do this, or you trying to decide to do this. And you overthinking so much that you're not even going anywhere. You're staying in one place. Your destination, your journey, your trip hasn't even started because you're still trying to decide what car, what vehicle am I going to use? Which way am I going to go? And with all those types of options, I bet it's easier for you to stay still than to go anywhere anyway, because what you're trying to do is decide on what the outcome might be. You're trying to guess on what the outcome might be before it even happens, right? So when we plan trips endlessly, we're reading reviews forever. We're continuing to do research after research after research to try to guess what our experience is going to be, what our outcome is going to be. But let's just be honest. Everyone's situation, everyone's life, everyone's experience is different. So you can't always go here, 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 and here. You got to go here and decide to go that way full force. Or you got to decide to go here, you got to decide to go there. Don't try to go three different ways or keep doing research or keep asking God, what's your will? What's your way? What do you want me to do? You keep asking all these things, but God's not always going to give you clarity before you move. A lot of times you have to move first before you have clarity. Too many options can stop movement completely because your mind is overloaded. Our minds were not even meant to really multitask, right? We're supposed to just focus on one thing at a time, the best that we can. But that's not how life works, right? We have to be able to do our best with judgment and juggling things to still be the best that we can be. Serve many names, many roles that we have as you do, as I do. And we have to continue to show up each and every day. But if you're waking up every day and you have no schedule, you have no direction on where you want to go, but you have multiple directions, then you still are probably not being productive. You are still standing still whenever you need to be moving. Waiting for perfect clarity, though, that's overthinking. That's not going to get you anywhere because you're still going to wait. God doesn't want you to just wait. God doesn't call you to wait on him the whole time and not do anything in between. You still have to show up. You still have to be responsible. You still have to be disciplined. You still got to be faithful each and every step of the way. Fear of choosing wrong. We believe that God's will, like we can mess up God's will, God's plan for us. We can't do anything to have God love us more, and we can't do anything to have God hate us, to dispose of us, because he never would have created us in the first place. What you see yourself in the mirror is not what God sees in the mirror. God sees you as so much more, and you could probably see yourself as so much less. But if you carry yourself a certain way, if you start doing things a certain way, I bet you any money, right? I can almost guarantee that you will eventually see how God sees you. Because paralysis is disguised as wisdom. No, well, I'm just going to sit back because I don't want to move too fast. Or I'm just going to wait on this. I'm going to wait a few more years because my finances ain't right. Or maybe this opportunity just doesn't feel right for me at this time because I'm not ready. So I'm just not going to take it. But one piece of advice that I would tell anybody is that sometimes you have to make a decision and make that decision right. You can't just say it was the wrong decision. Yes, there are clear right and wrong decisions. But when it comes to your life, when it comes to your obedience, when it comes to your faith, when it comes to certain things, and God and life has handed you something to decide on, and you don't even know what to do with it, sometimes you just got to take that opportunity and make it the right decision and make it what you can the most of at that time and at that place. Overthinking feels responsible, but it often delays obedience. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. You not moving is still disobedience. God is rarely, I don't know if I'm wrong, right? But someone else could tell me that in the Bible, God didn't just give everybody everything about what their journey was. And I know that's very important because he hasn't told me. And I'm sure he hasn't told anyone that's watching this video right now about what your life is. What is your life doing right now? Right? You waking up every day and you're just on autopilot. You don't understand what God has you going through right now. But I will tell you right now, you being on autopilot is still not benefiting you. What you got to do is stop overthinking and just move. Just move and see where you go, where you get, and how far you get. I bet that you'll be getting farther. You'll be farther than when you thought you would be. You're farther than when you started. Taking one step is better than taking no steps. And if you can't see what's in front of you, at least take that one step in front of you that you can see. You might not see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you walk long enough, if you travel long enough, then eventually you will. It might start as a little dot. And then it becomes to get bigger and bigger and bigger until you get to that place in that moment where finally God has given you clarity. God has given you realization. God has given you revelation about where and what you are supposed to be doing. But along that way, God is still giving you tools. He's still giving you resources, and he's still unlocking many things in your gift. One gift can equal many if you use it right. Some people have 3 gifts. Some people got 4. Some people have 1. But at least you know that you have 1, and you have to use that to the best of your ability. You don't have to be good at everything that you do. You don't have to understand everything that you do. You don't have to carry everything that you think that you have to carry. What you need to do is just stop overthinking and move. Right? In the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. It goes in to say, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. So if you don't lean on your understanding, but if you, let's say it like this. If you do lean on your understanding, know that your path is probably going to be crooked, and you're going to be going zigzags. You're going to be going loop-de-loop. You're going to be going backwards. You're going to be going forwards. You're not going to have any type of direction because you don't have the compass on where your life is supposed to go. God does. So if you don't lean on your own understanding, it goes to say in the verse 6, what? In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. So if you don't lean on what you try to understand all the time, whenever you're trying to overthink so much and you just start to move, God will make your path straight. He didn't say that your paths were already straight, right? You have to read the word for what it is. Don't read the word for what you always think it might mean, right? But you got to read it for what it is. It's meant to be understood in simpler terms. Once again, don't overthink it. The word says, and he will make your path straight. He's going to make it straight. So if you're over here or if you're over here, he's going to end up putting you back onto the path that you're supposed to be going. But if you are over here and you keep searching for clarity, you're going to keep drifting. You're going to keep drifting. You're going to keep drifting. But if you stop trying to lean on your own understanding, if you stop trying to overthink, if you stop trying to get everything that he's trying to give to you, eventually you will get back onto the path that he wants you to be at. We have to understand that God's will is not fragile. There's nothing that we can do or say to mess anything up. God knows that if you make a wrong decision, he's going to make it right. He's going to get you out of that. As long as you want to be out of it, as long as you want to make the right decisions, as long as you want to be more and achieve more. But if you are dragging along, if you're laid up in bed, if you can't make a decision for yourself, if you can't even think for yourself, how do you think that God is going to use you? How do you think that you can be a tool for the kingdom? How do you think that you're going to achieve anything in this life before you're gone? If you're simply stuck in the starting point and you never even get to the beginning, or you never even get to the journey, you never even get to the trip, if you never even get started, then where will you head? Where will you be at? Exactly where you started at. 2 feet together, stood still, and stuck in the same position. Stop waiting for perfect clarity. Take the next faithful step. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me on this one. Know that you are loved and blessed. Know that you have every step of the way. Even though you might not know it, God knows it. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me on this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on the channel, bruh. And I hope y'all catch me on the next one.